How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to Salvage Auto Rebuilds, where today, as you guys can see, we have got ourselves a brand new project in. So this is a Lada sedan and it belongs to a good old friend of mine, Mr. Maibu O'Reilly. A big shout out to you, bud, if you're watching this. So guys, as you can see, this thing has been in a little bit of a prang at the front, and it's going to need a whole lot of work for us to get this thing sorted. So the plans for this car is we are going to turn this into a sort of a rally spec vehicle for him. So I guess we are going to be digging into this thing and see how far the damage went. I can clearly tell already it went as far as the front suspension over there. So there's going to be a whole lot of stuff we need to go through and sort out on this car. So guys, this is going to be quite a bit of a big job. And yeah, the budget, I don't know exactly what this budget is, but I have allocated $5,000 towards the project, just to get us started with and to get everything, you know, up and going with it. So that is going to be what we tackle today as well. But we've also got quite a bit of other stuff to take care of, guys. So as you can see over here, we've got our Dodge Charger, or Chad, as everybody else knows it. So we've got a bunch of parts that we need over there, which are the fenders and the hood, and then we've got a brand new grille, bumper, headlights, and also some trim pieces. So hopefully today we are going to be able to put this thing together so that it can at least move again under its own power. So guys, with the wheels, we actually had the very same wheels as in the last episode, but I just changed the tires on them. So we're going to see how these are going to look on the car. So I guess we'll figure this out and decide if we're going to stick with those. So for now, I think what we need to do is probably get those wheels mounted first of all, so that this thing can be put down on the ground. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this first of all. We're going to just grab them one at a time and zip them all down. Alrighty, here we go. Alright, just make sure we tighten them all up nicely. So my plans are, we are going to be putting everything together, gonna see what it looks like. It doesn't look like these fenders or hood have got any rust on them, so I think we should be good. And I actually bought the paint as well, so we can actually paint these parts, just get them sorted. See, I already set the barrels up over there. So here's our paint and some clear coat, so we'll see what we do today with that. And we've also got a little bit of work to do to the F100. So as you guys know, we are doing a Halloween theme on this truck. So yeah, the paint job is done. We are going to see if we can get this thing running and driving again today. We've got everything I need, probably, with some flashy interior bits, guys. So yeah, I think this is going to look pretty good once we put everything together. We still need to sort out a couple of imperfections on the bodywork. So I was thinking that we actually go ahead and paint this truck over at the service center again, just to cover up all of these imperfections that we've got, like on this door, and there's some more back here that I saw. So I might be taking it over there, and then I'm going to have to repaint it again. So yeah, I'll explain that maybe once we do that again and why we are going to be doing that. So guys, yeah, that's also part of the work for today. So let's continue putting these wheels on this car and just get this thing sort of buttoned up. Because as you guys know, we are going to be moving shop here pretty soon. I think Uncle Bill said by Sunday. So today is Thursday, which is also the same day of this recording. So yeah, guys, I'm pretty much on par with the days with recordings, but I might be doing Saturday's episode as well today, the recording thereof, but we'll see how things goes. So what's going to happen today is we are going to try and see if we can get all of the vehicles at least running, although Maibu's car is missing an engine completely, so that's not going to be very possible here soon, unless if we could get an engine for it and get it up and running and all of that. But we could always just winch it up onto our trailer and take it over to the new shop. So that is probably what's going to happen. So I guess we'll figure this all out. I think this goes to the front valance, which is something I didn't get. Oh crap. Okay, well, you know what? Yeah, well, let's just do what we can for now. Maybe Lewis has got a brand new valance for us, because I could actually find these parts, you know, brand new as well. But I decided to just go and scour the junkyard a bit, and I found the donor vehicle, and turns out that car was actually rear-ended quite badly. So luckily the front end parts were still in good condition. As you can see, everything is still looking pretty good. It's been sitting a while in the junkyard, so that's why it's so dusty and dirty. So just got to go ahead and clean this up. But okay, there we go. I think that should do the trick. Alright, that looks a little bit better. Alright, so now let's see what we can start with. We could probably start with the grill and the headlights and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. Let's maybe do this first. I just want to see if the panels actually line up first of all. So that's why we are going to just be bolting it down more or less here and there. Okay, let's quickly check this one as well. We'll just zip it down there. Just make sure everything is nice and straight and that we didn't miss anything on this car. I think that looks good. Yeah, the gap looks decent on this side. It looks pretty much the same on this side. So I think we are actually good, guys. These panels actually seem to fit the car pretty well. Okay, so we can probably go ahead and remove this again because we need to get it painted first of all. Okay, so let's come and set this up over here. Alright, just put this on the first barrel over there. Okay, I don't know how the fenders are going to work out on these barrels, but we'll give it our best shot here. Alright, let's go ahead and remove this one. Alright, so there we go. Let me see if I can manage this. Alright, and put it onto the barrel like that. Yeah, that kind of works. Alright, and we'll grab the last one over here. Just get this off of here. Alright, so my plans are I want to see if I can get this car off the lift, because we need to pull the F100 on the lift so that we can start suspension work on that truck. And then this car, we need to maybe get it stripped down a bit as well so that we can just, figure out what's the problem with it and how far the damage went. I think it probably went back up until the A pillar over here somewhere, so we'll check it out and make sure everything is perfect from here on forwards. And around the back it doesn't look too bad. It actually looks pretty decent. All right, let's see if we can get ourselves a screwdriver here. There we go. All right, and now we can probably get these headlights mounted to our fancy new grill. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this real quick. There should be 3 screws per headlight, which, yeah, sometimes they're a little bit hard to get to, but we should manage. We just gotta fiddle around with it a little bit over here. Alright, there's one over there. There should be one over there. Okay, and then there's one on this side. Okay, let's do the same on this side. Alright, let's get the other one mounted as well. There we go. All right. And just make sure we get all of these screw tightened down. There we go. All right. And there we go. All right. So that is sorted. And now we can get some headlight bulbs into here. All right. So let's pop these in. Okay. So there we go. That is going to be 100% perfect. All the headlights should be working now. Can get it onto the car, and let's just go ahead and zip it down over there and right over there. All right, so there we go, guys. So we are just missing a front valance so that we can mount the front bumper, which I actually forgot to look for that. And yeah, well, it's fine. We'll get it sorted. So I think what we're going to do next is maybe get our air compressor, and we're going to set up the paint can over here, or the spray gun, wherever the heck I put it. I think it's probably in here somewhere. I just gotta see if I can get it out. It happens sometimes. It falls through, unless if I put it somewhere else, which I don't know where it is. Oh, there it is. I actually hung it up there. Okay, that's fine. We found it. Okay, so now we are going to remove the black paint. Yeah, this is the paint from the truck. Okay, so go ahead and just take this out. Let's put it on here on the bench. Okay, and we'll take this green paint for our chargers, fenders, and hood. Once again, I actually bought 2 cans. I didn't know how many I'm going to need. Probably won't need more than 1, so it's always better to have extra. So let's go ahead and see if we can get this painted. And yeah, obviously, I'm going to need the air compressor. What was I thinking? Alright, so here she is. Let's grab her and bring her over this side. Alright, that should be fine. Within range of everything we need to paint now. So let's go ahead and just blast some bright green paint on this. Actually, this is a very nice color. And my bush car is almost a similar color. That's a little bit more yellow. But very similar. So the plans for my bush cars, we are going to be changing the color of it. I was actually making a suggestion to him in the Discord, saying that since he's going for the rally kit, we might actually do the accents of the car in this green the car is, and then we paint the whole car white. So gonna see how that's gonna look. I think it's gonna look pretty snazzy, and we slap some big fat tires on it, new rims, and some wheel spaces are gonna be needed as well. So we'll definitely get into making that thing look a whole lot better than it currently does. Alright, so here we go. Let's just go ahead and paint this fender up as well properly. I think we've got it, and now we can do the hood. Alright, so I actually wonder if I shouldn't maybe run over to Lewis and go and grab a valance for this car, which I think might have to happen today so that we can also get it painted. Yeah, I think we might actually go and do that real quick. Let's just finish up with this hood real quick. Alright. Yeah, that looks good. I think that is covered pretty well. Alright, let's just put this down right over here for now. Do we still have some paint left in here? I think we're still good. Okay, so let me quickly go and grab a valance for the car. See if we can get it painted up as well. So I'll be right back at the shop with you guys. Alright, so here we are. We've got ourselves a brand spanking new front valance for the car. So this is gonna just be painted up as well. So I think let's quickly grab this old engine crate. Yeah, I kind of used this thing already to paint on, so I doubt that they will take this thing back if we send it back now, because it looks horrible. But okay, so let's put this onto here, and we're going to grab our spray gun again. Alright, let's go ahead and paint this thing up real quick and just get it the same color, and we're also going to be painting the box a little bit, which is fine. There we go. Alright, looking pretty good. I think we've got it. Yeah, that I think is good. So now while we wait for this to dry up a bit, I think what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can get our F100 up and running. Okay, we'll just leave this over here for now. I don't think we're going to need it on the F100. Alright, so let's see what else we can get done over here. Not really anything, because we've gone as far as we can with that car. I wonder if we could actually move it. Yeah, let's maybe move it out of this lift area of ours, which I can't tell you guys how excited I am to get the new shop up and running, because then we're going to have a whole lot more space. I could even get maybe another lift like this, or maybe even 2 or more lifts, and then we should be golden with regards to, working space. Then we don't always have to try and finish one car up and get it off the lift and such. So there's one more thing that I actually wanted to do as well on the interior side of things here, guys. So let's maybe do this real quick and just see what it looks like. So I'm going to remove this steering wheel. Okay, so this will be going on the Ford F100. I might actually send this in for the same color coding as the seats, around the edge here, or around the ring, or, on the outside of the steering wheel, guys. I don't know exactly what it is, but yeah, there where you grab it. And then this one over here is going to go on the Charger. So this is the one that came out of our Camaro, which is still in decent condition. So I think this is going to look pretty good on the car. And I also want you guys to let me know what you think about the wheels. There we go. All right, we've got it. So yeah, let me know what you think about the wheels and what the wheels look like on this car for you. Yeah, your opinion matters. So let's hear what you guys have to say about this. So the high wall tires actually, it changed the look quite a bit there. So let's just stand back here for a second and look at that. I think it actually looks pretty decent, so we'll see. Alright, let's get this thing fired up again. Okay, it should turn over and start up. Here we go. No problem at all. Alright, let's get it moved. We can probably put this in a parking spot outside. Yeah, we'll just pull it in next to the Camaro and, well, between the Camaro and the pickup truck here. Alright, so that is one of the 3 vehicles in our shop running again. So, not too bad, guys. Let's see if we can make it at least 2 out of 3 for today. As I said, that car is definitely not going to be running anytime soon, because it's going to need a whole lot of work and a whole new engine. So, we'll see what we can do about that pretty soon here, guys. Alright, so now we need to start working on the F100 a little bit. Alright, while we wait for our fenders and hood to dry a little bit, and we can maybe even get that clear coated up today. Alright, so there's the battery for the truck, and do we still have... yeah, we do. Okay, battery wires are still there, but we got new ones anyway, so that's good. I think let's start with the fuel tank. Yeah, let's do this. Let's get the fuel tank in here, because that needs to be bolted down first of all. And, oh, what is this? Oh, that's an empty can. I probably missed it. Alright, well, it's fine. We'll do a proper cleanup before we move out of our shop here. Alright, so I've also got a new 5-speed transmission that needs to go into this thing. So that is currently sitting in the back of the truck. Now, I did get it cleaned up a bit, guys. You remember there was like a white spot over here. That was actually dust. So we got that sorted out. Alright, let's see over here. We've got our headliner. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the interior. I mean, why not? We are busy with this now, so might as well do it. Okay, so the headliner, we need to secure it with the rear view mirror, which we've got over here on the table. Right over there. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop this in. And, alright. Let's just try that again. There we go. Alright, come on. Let's hop inside. Okay, now we can see where these screws are. There's one over there and one over there. And now I actually think I messed up, because I think these actually needed to go in first. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to these screws, which are going to be a... No, we should manage. Okay, there we go. Alright, there's our sun visor in. There's all nice orange pumpkin color. Alright, so there we go. Let's get the other one on. Let's hop into here. Whoa, okay, yeah, this truck suspension is still very bad, guys. We need to see if we can get that sorted. Alright, so now I know this dashboard is a little bit tricky to get bolted down, but we'll manage. We just gotta be a little bit creative, as I always say. Alright, let's do the same on this side. We'll see if we can get in here. Okay, there's one. And there's the other one. Okay, so that is good. Looking good. We've got our new cluster here. Let's get this in. Just pop it into there. And next, let's grab the gear stick. Alright, I forgot to buy a new handbrake lever, but I think we'll just make a mental note on that. I think this has only got one bolt. Yeah, it does. Okay. Pretty good. Okay, so there's our steering column. Let's go ahead and grab this and pop it into here. There should be another bolt back there. There we go. Alright, I found it. Okay, perfect. So that is looking good. Alright, steering wheel. Yeah, the one from our charger. Let's just pop this onto there. Yeah, this might have to come off again, because I think I want to make it match the rest of the, the orange look we've got going here. Let's do the pedals. Yeah, pedals can go in next. Alright, so I actually filled the gas tank already, so we should have fuel. Enough fuel to get this thing fired up. Okay, so now I think the bench seat could probably go back in. Let's go ahead and pop this into here. There we go. And I recall this has got 8 bolts total, so we'll just go ahead and make sure we get all of those. They are a little bit tricky to get to back there, but we'll manage once again. Alright, let's do the outer ones over here first. Get this one zipped up, and we'll do that one as well. And the last one is just right over there. Alright, so interior is getting there, guys. So we can actually get our right window lifter back in. Just bolt it down over there. Okay, now we can grab the right door panel, pop it onto place there, and that is looking very flashy. Yeah, I actually like the look of that. Alright, let's do the other side as well. Yeah, this can go on for now. So I think these guys are going to be able to paint the truck with the windows. They've got their ways of doing things. So we are going to have to paint it again, but I'll probably do that off camera because, I mean, guys, let's face it, I already did it on camera, so there's no need to do it again. So there we go. That is our Halloween-themed F100's interior sorted. I think it looks pretty good. So you guys let me know what you think about that. And yeah, I think it's going to turn out pretty nice with our decal on the door and the hood. And this is going to be one mean pumpkin-powered machine. Because, yeah, the engine kind of looks like it's also kind of like a pumpkin sitting in there. So, yeah, hopefully that'll work out pretty nicely, guys. It's going to sort it out. Well, we're going to sort it out properly eventually and get everything looking as it should. Okay, so radiator. Definitely need to get this mounted. Okay, we've got a new fuel line as well, so that is pretty good. Oh, come on, can I just get this hose on here? Where the heck does it want to go? It's... Alright. Don't know why I can't get this hose on, guys. It's a little bit finicky. There we go. Alright, we've got it. Okay, well. So that is sorted. So let's get this zipped up. We'll come around this side. Alright, let's get down here. There we are. Alrighty, so I think let's go ahead and change this battery cable. Or main wires as they call it. Alright, so this needs to be undone over there as well. And I think I actually bolted down everything. Even the starter, I think we bolted that down. Let's just go ahead and remove this. Alright, so the gearbox is going to come out. Obviously, because we are going to need to get the truck up on the lift. So that is currently the plan. We're going to see if we can get this thing running and moving under its own power again, so that we can actually get it, you know, moved from this spot and over to the lift over there. I actually wonder if I even... Yeah, I actually bolted those down. Okay, so that's not too bad. So it should be fine, and hopefully this transmission will do the job in getting this thing, you know, just moved a couple of feet. We also got a new fuel line which can go on, so let's grab this. Okay, that's not terrible, but we've got a new one. So might as well install it. I just got to get it in here, and then we'll zip it down over there. Alright, I'm just going to double check all of the bolts that are relevant to this. Yeah, there we go. I think that is everything. Starter is bolted down. Okay, so let's just pop that down over there. What else do we still need to do under here? I think the battery needs to go in. But we are going to need coolant. Let's just check the... Oh, crap. I just dropped that. Now, where did that... Oh, my gosh. What in the heck did I do now? Alright. Well, now the freaking radiator cap is missing in the engine, guys. I just hate when this happens. Oh, wait a second. I found it. Okay, there we go. Alright, no worries. This freaking thing doesn't want to stay put in one place. Okay, so we are going to put the coolant in here in a second. Let's just check the oil. Oil still looks good, so I think we are ready to do this real quick, and then we'll put the battery in real quick and see if this thing actually wants to fire up again, which I'm pretty sure it will. Alright, so that is the coolant sorted, guys. So I think we are ready to put the battery in real quick. Let's see if this is gonna work out as I hope. Alright, put that into there. Just zip it down properly like that. Alright, not too bad. Alright, moment of truth. Does she fire up, guys? Now it's probably gonna take a hot minute to start up first time. So let's see what it does. Alright, getting there. And there we go. Alright, so she actually sounds pretty good. Let's just do that again. Yeah, starts up much easier now. Alright, so I need to move this over to the lift. I'm pretty sure that it would move under its own power now. So let's quickly hop in here. Because next part of the job would be suspension. Yeah, we're doing things a little bit in a different order this time. Oh, come on. Why did I just turn it off again? Well, she moves. Alright, now it's just going to be a matter of getting it into position. Yeah, okay. Alright, I think that should do the trick. Let's just put the handbrake up so it doesn't roll anywhere. Alright, might have to actually push it back a little bit again. Yep, yeah, those brakes at the back are shot, so we can actually push it. Alright, let's do this. Let's get this thing up in the air so that we can see what is cooking with it. Suspension wise, there's probably going to be a bunch of stuff. And I also need to get the tires off the rims, because they need to be painted the same orange as the interior. Because that is kind of the theme we are going with here, so hopefully they'll look pretty good. So let's lift this thing up a bit. And why is it going all weird like that? Is it... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this arm needs to be adjusted outwards a little bit. Let's just go ahead and check this out. Let's try it over there. Yeah, we want to try and lift this thing up sort of level-ish, you know, so that it doesn't go all weird, because it's going to be sitting here for some time until we can get the suspension sorted. It's still doing the damn thing. Okay, so maybe it needs to go back a tiny bit more. Okay. Alright, you know, trial and error. That's how it goes sometimes. Come on. Here we go. Alright, let's try this again. Why in the heck is this thing doing this? Alright, this side we are fine now. Doesn't look too bad. Okay, but this side is a bit of a problem. Maybe it needs to come out a little bit more on this side. Let's just try this. Alright. Come on. Just lift up nice and level for us. Alright, well, what the hell? That'll have to do. Okay, so let's get our tools collected over here. Oh, crying out loud. Let's just... Okay. I'm officially just gonna put it on top. Just like that. What the hell? Alright, so let's get cracking on this, guys. Actually need to move this before we end up busting it up again. Okay, let's just put these pieces of trim out of the way. Alright, so that'll work out, and then this can go over there for now. Okay, so let's get these wheels ripped off. We need to get the tires removed, because these rims all need to be painted, and we've got a spare tire as well here somewhere. Okay, well, let's do this one at a time. As we take them off, we can actually get this sorted. Okay, that tire is still very good, so this one can go somewhere. We're going to be painting it a little bit later on. Most probably I'll do it off camera later, and then we'll sort that out. Okay, and let's take this one off. Okay, let's go and take the tire off of it. Okay, so there's the old tire over there, which is not bad. Okay, this rim needs to be painted as well. Let's maybe also grab the spare tire. The spare tire should be around here somewhere. There it is. Okay, let's grab this. Let's go ahead and remove this tire as well. Alright, so there we are. This tire is actually almost brand new. Alright, let's take this over there. You can also paint that a little bit later on. Holy crap, it's already so late, guys. I actually think we started very late today. But that's fine. We'll do a little bit of night shift work, I guess. We got our torch, which will work. Alright, let's go ahead and put this one onto our tire changer here. Alright, so there we go. That is the other tire. Not looking too bad. Alright, so this one can go way over here. Alright, and then the last one on this corner can also come off. Alright, let's go ahead and remove this tire as well. Okay, there we go. Last tire is off, and that one is also almost brand new. So let's just go ahead and put this rim with the other ones. Okay, just block it down over there. I think that is looking pretty good, guys. So we've got that stripped down, and now we need to remove the suspension from the truck. So I think let's see if we can take a little bit of a shortcut here. There's a bolt over there. The one over there and over there at the back. So that'll free up that. Okay, so we need to remove the front drive shaft here. Let's take this out. Alright, so we could actually start inspecting some of the parts as we took them off here. Oh, there's the engine bolts over there. Nice and easy to access. Okay, this can come off. And what else is holding this thing down? It's probably... I think that should come out with the whole cross member. So I don't need to do that really. And there we go. Alright, it's loose. Alright, so there we are, guys. So that is the front suspension to our F100 removed, and we can clearly see that the cross member itself is bad. Alright, let's start around the back here. We've got a couple of things to take off as well. Okay, so let's get this leaf spring off. I think that'll free it up. Alright, and the torch is turned on and then turned off because, holy crap, sometimes it's over bright in your face. Alright, let's go ahead and do this side as well. Right over there. And over there. And then these four over here can come off. Alright, that is two decent leaf springs actually, guys. I think they both are still usable, so yeah, doesn't look too bad. Alright, this shock absorber is not shocking anymore. Yeah, that is completely knackered, and I think there's no difference with this one probably. Let's see. Yeah, it's also not the greatest. Alright, we need to remember this. Our drive shaft. This can come off. Okay, let's go ahead and remove the drive shaft over there as well. Alright, so there's our drive shaft. And drive shaft is not terrible, but it's better to maybe just replace it. And now if we do this and this, there's our rear axle. Okay. Not bad at all, guys. That is actually pretty decent. We managed to get that sorted. Alright, so now we can do a little bit of a further inspection on the frame rails and such. Everything looks kind of good still under here. Yeah, this transmission can come out because we are going to replace it with our 5-speed that's currently sitting in the back of the bed of the truck. Alright, can we just get to that bolt? Okay, and now we need to probably lower her back down. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Okay. Oh, okay, there's the main brake line also came off. Okay, we'll just put this on our shelf over here. Okay. Alright, let's see if we can get these gearbox bolts loosened up. Yeah, there we go. Let's go around this way. And now that transmission should be free. Let's see if we can lift the truck up again. Unless if we missed... Okay, we probably missed the starter bolt or the wire on the starter. So over there. Okay, now we can grab this. Alright, so there's our old busted 4-speed gearbox. I wonder if the starter's any good. It's, yeah, not too bad, but I think we'll probably just use the new one that we've got in the back of the truck. Alright, so we can go ahead and strip the suspension probably, but I don't know, guys. We might actually do the front, because the front suspension is a little bit different than the ones we usually work on. So I think that'll be good if we can get that sorted. And yeah, we've got some more parts over here that actually needs to come off. So let's see if we can manage this. Okay, so the tie rods. Alright, come on, where's this bolt. There's one and there's one. Okay, so there's the other tie rod. That tie rod isn't too bad. Okay, and now this can come off. This is our steering link. Yeah, steering link is actually decent. Okay, then this... I can't remember what they call this. This is probably just like a steering arm. Yeah, it's like a... Yeah, just a swivel point for the steering. Okay, and then this is our steering box, which is not looking terrible. So, yeah, that is going to be it for the whole suspension stripping off the truck. I think everything is off now. We can probably get our new transmission from back here. Alright, can I reach it? There we go. Okay, now where did I put the starter? The starter is all the way over there. Alright, come on, can we... Yep, we can reach it, okay. So let's put this onto here. Alright, zip that down. Alright, pop this onto here. Now I think I must probably take off this transfer case so we can also inspect this. So we're not going to zip that down just yet. Let's just check it out. Okay, transfer case looks good, guys. So this can go back in. Okay, let's zip it down, and then you can also bolt it down right over here again. Yeah, that upper bolt is a little bit tricky. Well, there you go. Transmission is in. Okay, let's lower her back down. Alright. Oh my goodness, I went too far. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and bolt this up again. Yeah, there we go. That looks decent, guys. So we've got our transmission installed. Okay, not too bad. I think everything is bolted down. Did we get the... I forgot if I did this now. Did I? Yeah, no, I did it. Okay, so that is good. Alright, so I think what we can do quickly, guys, while we give the fenders and the hood a little bit more time to just cure, we are going to go ahead and see if we can take this apart, our front suspension. If we can just get it picked up here. There we go. Alright, let's see what we can figure out here. Alright, start with the shock. Come on, there we go. That is off. Alright, let's just not kick this thing around. Alright, well, let's just continue stripping parts off of this thing, I guess. Alright, I remember I really loosened this. Alright, that's not too bad. So I'm going to definitely have a couple of parts that are reusable. Yeah, some parts are bad. I wonder if I shouldn't maybe... Yeah, let's take this caliper off. Yeah, we can also check this out. The caliper looks good, but the brake pads are shot, and also the fuel... Well, what am I talking about? That's not a fuel line, that's a brake line. Okay, so this caliper is also good. So both calipers look good. Let's just check this brake hose. Yeah, see, that's not very good. So we'll probably replace that altogether. Alright, where's our screwdriver? On top of the toolbox where I put it. Okay, let's go ahead and put it over there. Okay, brake disc is shot. Let's check this one as well. Alright, this one is decent, so that can be reused. Okay, let's go ahead and grab our wrench, which I managed to kick all the way over there. Alright, so there we are, and that is the hub on that side, which is bad. This one, yeah, see, it's kind of like a, well, I don't know, it's completely a mixed match of parts. Okay, there's our half axle. Half axle is bad. Well, not bad, but it's a little bit worn. A little bit too worn to my liking. Yeah, same with this one. It's just on the borderline of what I'm not going to be putting back on the truck. But we'll see, guys. It all depends on budget and all sorts of other things. So let's see how this is going to go. Let's get this off, and that'll come off. There we go. There's our spring. So we can just inspect these parts. That doesn't look too bad. This is not the greatest, so we'll get some new ones for that. Replacement parts, and then we'll take this off. See, that's the thing. These parts, sometimes they look good, but they aren't good. Yeah, that spring is actually good. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this off. Yeah, this... okay, that is very bad. Upper control arm. This one looks good. Alright, so yeah, we definitely have got a whole mix match of parts on this. That are, some are good, some are bad. So yeah, I don't really know what exactly happened with this poor truck in its previous life, but hey, it's got a good differential at the front. But the cross member is shot, and as for the rear suspension, guys, it's actually very simple to strip, so I'm not going to do it on camera now. So we're going to leave this right over there. I will maybe go through it and just check. So I think we're going to show you guys a little bit something different now. We're not going to be carrying on with the pickup truck. I think we did quite well on the pickup truck for now. It's actually at that point where we can get the suspension put together in the next episode and have it up and running again, so that we can get this thing taken over to the service center where they're going to be repainting it for us. And they probably will put clear coat on it as well. Well, I don't think there's a way to tell them not to do it, so we'll probably have to respray this thing again, but that I will do off camera then. So they will get it painted up so that they can sort out, you know, bits and pieces like this that aren't painted properly, and then we can just go ahead and put our matte finish back on it again. So yeah, that's how it's gonna have to work out, guys. So now it's getting a little bit late, it's getting a bit dark, but I think we can carry on with work over here. So let's have a look at these parts. Yeah, I think they are dry enough for us to do the clear coat now, guys. So let's go ahead and do this. Alright, let's take this off. Alright, so we need some clear coat. So let's get this clear coated up as well. Alright, can we just get the frickin' thing in the compressor? Well, in the spray gun. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and paint this up again. And there goes the compressor. I wonder if you can see better if we turn the lights off. Yeah, that might actually help us out a bit. Yeah, we're using the night light here to our advantage so that we can see a bit better where we've been with our clear coat. Alright, I think this fender is good. Alright, let's do this one. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this is actually so much better painting at night, you know. You could actually see a little bit better. Alright, well, let's just get this thing covered up 100%. Alright, there's always this spot over here somewhere. Let's just turn on the torch. Yeah, see what I say. That's what I'm talking about. We missed that. We even didn't clean up here properly, guys. So that's pretty much under the fender, so it's not really visible, but I would really like to get it sorted out. Okay, let's just turn off our torch again so we can see what the heck we are doing here. It's actually better with the torch off to see where you still need to paint this. There we go. Whoa, okay, that is a total mess. Okay. Come on, luckily the fenders didn't fall off. Okay, let's see. That one is on the brink of falling over. There we go. Alright. Yeah, that's the problem with having very limited space here, guys. We are going to be moving into our big shop pretty soon. I think then hopefully we'll have a lot more space to work a little bit more efficiently. I think that is painted, and let's do the valance real quick. Yeah, we'll just get our valance clear coated up as well. And I think that is pretty much it, guys. Looks pretty decent. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Turned out pretty good. Alright, so now we just gotta let those parts cure a little bit. And I wonder if we should maybe start stripping... come on. I think we should start stripping busted panels of this thing to see what's the story with it. So we're gonna need our screwdriver, most probably, for some of the parts, and wrench. There's the wrench. Okay, so let's put this right over here for now, and we'll bring the toolbox closer. Let's see if we can at least start stripping some busted old panels off of this car over here. Let's start by removing the battery. Yeah, just get this out of here. Battery looks like it actually survived, but we'll see. Just maybe make sure that it's still perfect. Alright, so yeah, it's always fun working on a banged up car like this, guys. So just gotta figure out where all the bolts are. I think this is for the fender. Okay, the fender is... yeah, it's not a fender anymore. That's something else. Okay, let's put all the banged up parts over there, so that we can see what we need to try and salvage from the junkyard, because I think we should be able to find some body panels for this thing over at the junkyard. This fender is... I don't know. This might actually be fixable. Let's check it out real quick, since we are kind of on this page with fixing up stuff. So yeah, there we go. We can straighten that out a little bit. Okay, so that's one less part we need to buy. Alright, so I wonder if there's going to be a shortcut to take this all off. I think maybe if we cut it with our plasma cutter, this whole front end will come off. Alright, let's try this. Here it is. And yeah, the lighting is actually very crap over here. Alright, but let's see if we can get this panel cut off over here. Right there. Right there. And it's still hanging on for dear life over there. So that should come off now. And there it is. Right, so this is our front panel, and I don't think there's anything useful on this. Everything is just completely toast. Alright, so that is something we're going to have to figure out. Alright, so now I wonder if this firewall got any damage. Doesn't look like it. This inner fender needs to come off, and so does that one. So I think we'll probably have to... let's do this. We're going to grab our floor jack. Yeah. Grab the floor jack, and we might need some jack stands which are outside. Okay, so let's grab this. Alright, so we're going to put the car on jack stands on the front. Alright, that way we can actually strip the suspension off of this thing. So let's do it like this. We're going to just lift it up on this side for now. Let's just make sure we put this thing in there properly. Okay, let's lower this jack down again. So we can go around to the other side. And yeah, we've got very little space under here, but we should manage to do this. We've got a collapsed spring over here by the looks of it. That's actually why the car's sitting so weird on that side. Okay, let's get a floor, well, jack stand under there. Okay, now I think we should be able to get this front suspension off. It should be simple if we did it similar to what we did with the F100. Let's just get these cross member bolts loosened up over here. Alright, we'll do all of those. Okay, these aren't gonna come out too easily. Okay, that one is loose already by the looks of it. Okay, and then this can come off from there. And where's the other one? There it is. Okay, so there's our front suspension. Yeah, it doesn't look terrible, but it definitely needs a little bit of work. So I think let's maybe keep this separate from the Charger, well, the F100 spots. Just put it over there. Alright, is the gearbox going to be in the way? I don't think so, but... yeah, let's leave the gearbox in for now. Okay, let's see if we plasma cut this thing up into pieces here. If that's going to come off. Okay. Probably need to undo this bolt over there. Okay, and that is our main wires also free. Main wires still look good. That is toast. And I think it's safe to say there's not a whole lot left of this inner fender on this side. That is completely crushed. Alright, so let's go ahead and put that down over there. And as we can see now, that looks like all of the busted up parts. Even the windscreen still looks good. So it looks like Maibu didn't have too bad of a crash with this car. I think he said something about it was on his way to the service center to get it diagnosed, and he ended up parking it against the tree forcibly. Yeah, that's a good way of explaining it. Alright, let's see if any of these parts on the firewall are just maybe misaligned. Maybe we can just do this. Okay, that looks decent. The steering column, I don't know if these... Yeah, the steering column might have a little bit of damage to it. Or maybe a whole lot of damage, because that looks way too short. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit hard to tell. Oh, he's got a good spare back here, by the looks of it. It's not really the greatest, but okay, he's got a spare tire. Alright, so guys, I don't think there's anything else I'm going to carry on with today. It is already midnight, as you can see. So yeah, I think we are going to just wrap it up over here. There's a couple of things that I could probably still do off camera real quick and sort out. Get everything ready for you guys for the next episode. It's gonna just take a little bit of time quickly to get everything sorted out. Then we're going to be calling it a day over here at our shop, guys. And hopefully the next episode is going to be the last episode over here at our teeny tiny little shop, which is extremely packed with vehicles. As you can see, it is a whole situation we've got going on here in trying to sort out everything. I'm gonna have to try and see if we can at least get this thing on its suspension again, so that it can be a roller. So we'll see if we can get that sorted out in the next episode at least, and we should be able to put the charger completely back together. These fenders and hood and stuff should be able to go back onto the car. We'll get them polished up and mounted in the next episode, and then we can almost call this thing a wrap, guys. This car is very close to done. It wasn't as bad as the little sedan that we are currently working on for Maibu. This thing is going to be up and running in no time and ready to go down the road. Might have to get some new tags or license plates, because the front one is missing, and get that sorted out. So yeah, this car is probably going to go to auction pretty soon. It's not going to be anything special at all. I just think it's time we get this thing buttoned up so we can send it down the road. So if that can happen in the next episode, then it's great. That's going to be our first car that's going to be giving us a little bit more money back in our pocket. As for the F100, I think if we can get the suspension sorted on this and get it running again, we can get it over to the paint shop, or, well, Middletown Service Center. Get that sorted out, get this thing painted up again, and repainted, and just get the wheels mounted as well. We might have to, yeah, we might have to get those wheels sorted out actually still today. I'll see if we can do this. Get that painted up and get the tires refitted, and the truck will at least have its wheels and tires ready for the next episode. And then I've got a little bit of cleanup to do, guys. There's a couple of things that we need to sort out, and I still need to go through all of the parts inside the shop as well over here, which there's not a whole lot because we didn't have a whole lot of space for everything. So I think once we are in our new shop, we should be able to just put the stuff more or less in different places where we need them and where we want them. Get a little bit of organizing going on. We still got the two busted V8 engines here. So the one is from the F100, the other one came out of the Challenger, which actually sold at auction, guys. No, the money is a little bit delayed, so that's why we haven't got that payment yet. So we will see how things work out, because we need to start paying Uncle Bill back as well. We owe him a total of 250,000. And fortunately for us, the money that Uncle Bill is paying, we don't have to pay any rent or interest on it. So yeah, at the end of the day, Uncle Bill is helping us out quite a lot here, and I think it's great that he offered to pay for the shop. So we just got to make sure we can pay the man back and sort him out again, guys. So we might have to do a little bit of free work for him here and there. So I guess we'll see how that's going to work out. But guys, I think it is about time we wrap up this episode today. It has gone on long enough, and we've done a couple of things, bunch of stuff all over the place. So thank you all so much for tuning in once again. I really appreciate every view, every like. Yeah, don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this episode. And then guys, also don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you can stay in the loop of new videos dropping on my channel. So yeah, until the next one guys, cheerio for now.